Yeah, no problem. iPhone 5, I know the pre-sale sold out 5 times faster than any other iPhone. Why was that?
It's been growing almost every single time. This, despite being called the iPhone 5, is the 6th iPhone. And in the first 24 hours, they sold 2 million pre-orders. One analyst says they probably sold more pre-orders at this point than the original iPhone sold in the entire year it was available.
Wow. Now, but I mean, what is the draw? What is it that has people doing this?
Part of it's momentum and loyalty, and people do really like their iPhones, so they sort of just by instinct expect the next one to be better and worth it. And this one is newer than the last one. The 4S looked exactly like the 4, but the 5 is taller, it's thinner, it's got 4G internet. I think there's a little more to look at this time around.
Are there going to be enough in stores? I mean, has Apple sent out enough stock to cover themselves?
Apple's been watching this pattern closely, obviously, and they've gotten a lot better at keeping stores stocked. The pre-orders may have sold out or at least been delayed by about a month, but they're prepared for a pretty big lineup on the first day.
I know that Apple used to use Google Maps, and they have an app that they built now that includes 3D stuff. Is this a solid plus?
At first, it feels like it because it's got a really dazzling 3D feature that lets you fly through large cities with very realistic buildings. It's got free turn-by-turn navigation, so you can just tell your phone, take me home, take me to IKEA, and it'll take you there. But I've been using it for a couple of months, and it's unfortunately bad at very basic things. It doesn't know where stores are. It doesn't know where important points of interest are. A friend of mine was on a road trip and needed an emergency room. He asked the new Maps program where to go, and it took him to a trailer park. So it's a pretty big downgrade for a very essential feature.
Fixable, though? I mean, is it something they can fix?
It depends. It took Google the better part of a decade to build its Maps app, which is very good, and it's going to take Apple a long time to catch up. One thing that could happen, and Google has been mum about this so far, is that the company could release its own map. It could release a standalone app that users can download. They might do it. It would be good for iPhone owners, but they might not do it for competitive reasons.
All righty. Last but not least, I know the details on the iOS 6. I mean, is it worth getting the new phone? Because can't people get a lot of the new, can't they just install the new operating system on the iPhone 4?
Yeah, if you have an iPhone 4 or especially an iPhone 4S, most of the new features in the iPhone 5 are available via a software update. The maps are there, but also there's new Facebook integration. There's a new Panorama app for shooting photos. There are a lot of nice little adjustments. Unfortunately, you don't get the faster internet and you don't get the larger screen. And the thing about the new iPhone really is that when you pick it up, it's exceptionally light. It feels like a very different device. So it's not quite the same.
Okay. Hey, well, thank you so much, John Herman. We appreciate